I mean, we went overtime. I thought it was good.
We went like
but it was such good shit.
But it was such good shit, though. It was such good shit. Pal. It was such good shit, though, pal.
Kayfabe was a way to show respect to the audience and respect your own business. It was a way to protect it. But to be the man, you gotta be 16 says I just worked you.
I got mine.
We are the generation that eat. You make the rules, and we Who is booking this crap?
Oh, more of that.
WWE stands for. Some guys are much faster, stronger,
And there is no one.
this is the Kayfabe Ave podcast.
This is Kayfabe Ave podcast.
I'm Kayfabe Agent, and I'm Kayfabe Focus.
Position that I'd rather not be in. But the cream runs to the top. Oh,
Ladies and gentlemen, heels and faces, casual wrestling fans, and all you smart marks, I am Mr. Richie Moon,
And I'm Kayfabe Agent.
I'm Kayfabe Focus.
and this is Kayfabe Ave Livecast, and today, gentlemen,
Today,
we are all out.
All
out.
well, we're actually in.
I guess we're in, yeah.
inside the studio,
that's
but
what I'm saying. I could see this.
oh, okay.
We're
talking about all out.
Oh, we're talking about all out, but we're all in.
We're all in.
But wait, all in happened last year, though.
So is this even a part 2?
This is a part 2, but they didn't put like
It's a part 2, but it's not a part 2.
They didn't put like part 2, you know, like they do
It's like part 1.5.
I mean, but they don't put like the
It's like-
Avengers
it's like-
1 or 2. It's just like the Avengers, you know, Age of Ultron, then Avengers, Infinity War. They didn't like need to put like all in
But-
out part 2.
It was the year anniversary of all.
It was the year
We're
anniversary.
all out this year.
But we are all out this year.
No,
So,
but
there we go.
I think I had that show.
So man, but it's been a huge weekend in wrestling. We had NXT UK, we had New Japan Pro Wrestling. Of course, we're here all out. Starcast this weekend. It was crazy. Joey Ryan versus Jordan Grace this weekend.
I mean, the big CM Punk interview that everybody's
The huge CM Punk. I'm
Everybody
actually happy about
kind of
this.
thrown for a loop. They probably thought that CM Punk being at Starcast 2, or was it Starcast 3?
This is
Starcast 3.
isn't
in
like
Chicago.
Starcast? Is it 3?
Yeah,
It's
it's Starcast
3.
3. So
Yeah.
he was a part of Starcast 3, which is starting to be known for the lead into these AEW events. So CM Punk coming back for another interview, and everybody thought he was going to debut at All Out. At last minute, I was like, maybe. I didn't really care either way, but
Honestly,
He
I
don't
expected
care
it.
about the fans like that.
I think he does care about the fans, but
I don't think.
I
At
think-
this point, you know,
he doesn't care about wrestling. He doesn't care about wrestling anymore.
I think he knows that most of his options are like ran out as far as like sports wise, like being an athlete.
I mean, he's first,
I
like-
think he needs
like
the fans to keep everything else afloat, acting, stuff like that.
You mean like I think like MMA? I think if he ever wanted to start, people would welcome him back into wrestling. Great. I think
wrestling.
the fans wanted him to come back to wrestling.
UFC don't even want him. Besides being maybe a commentator on some pay-per-views, other than that, I don't think the UFC wants to ever put him back in that.
Yeah, I don't think we'll probably ever see him fight in the UFC.
So,
yeah.
CM Punk,
I'm glad that those rumors. I'm just glad that all the speculation, all the websites can kind of start speculating. It can all be put to bed.
I think
Ladies and gentlemen, CM Punk
It's
is
not
not.
care about you.
He's not coming back to wrestling. He's not coming back to wrestling. At least not in the ring, because he said that he would. He said that he would not talk to WWE. He said that, like, you know what I'm saying? But,
yeah, but that's bait.
yeah.
That's bait. And if he's serious about that he'll speak to WWE. You know, time changes everybody, but it's a money thing.
It's definitely
It's
a money
a money
thing. I would
thing.
not be surprised if we seen CM Punk back in WWE doing some commentator role, something like that. I just think, honestly, as far as wrestling, him being a wrestler, I think that's over. He's done. He's past it. Just leave him alone.
Can we stop the CM Punk chants
when he
in
wants
every
to-
other match?
When he wants to tweet about
Which I will give the people respect, and All Out, there wasn't a single CM Punk chant.
yes, there wasn't.
at
There was
all.
not.
Like,
definitely wasn't.
Not even somebody dumbass trying to start it up or anything.
And stop it in WWE events too. Stop it. Like, it's done. He does
Yeah.
not want to wrestle anymore. Respect his decision.
It's not even a
It's
trolling
over.
thing. It's a lack of respect for the stars that are actually giving you everything they got, and and you're chanting somebody who's not even here.
Exactly. But it was a big weekend of wrestling though, man.
Moving on
yeah, man.
from the CM Punk thing.
Can you get that text stay up? But it was a big. Toni Storm lost her NXT Women's UK Championship. Tyler Bate and Walter maybe had match of the year. I think it was an immediate 5-star match.
What about Joe Coffey and Dave Masters?
Yo,
Last match
let me
that
tell
he
you
lost?
something. They
I
were
saw a couple of highlights of that.
for the first little 4 minutes.
Hard hitting,
It was
big, huge dudes. That's
a lot
all
of
you
that.
hear. That's all you hear.
And literally for the first 4 minutes, the crowd was just, if you hate Joe Coffey, take your shoes off. Hard. I mean, like, that was a holy shit match. Yeah. Shout out to NXT UK. They killed it. They brought the heat. They brought the heat. Royal Quest, New Japan, they brought the heat. Kenta is the new openweight champion. Tanahashi is the new Rev Pro British Heavyweight Champion. Big weekend for everybody. Everybody killed it. But let's get on to the main event. Let's get on to All Out. It's been a while since we heard that. It's been a while since we heard that. So let's start off with this opening match, the buy-in. We have the Casino Battle Royale, the
Who do we
lady
have?
version.
Yeah, who do we have?
It was a lot because
So in the clubs was the first group that came out.
Round
They
five.
had
Explain the rules first. So they have it in different groups of 5, right?
yeah, they have different groups of 5,
And then the one Joker.
Yep.
and then one Joker.
4 groups of 5, 1 Joker.
One suit from a deck of cards. That's the theme. The Casino Battle Royale.
I like them going different.
You pick a suit, whatever suit you're in. That's the people you come out with in the group.
I like them going different, but you got to think in the Battle Royal, we're getting surprised, especially for the ladies. I feel like that kind of diminished some of the people that came out because it all came out in groups. But I do like the concept, though. I just like the concept of doing it's different. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
it's different.
I feel like this group is not really showcasing a lot of these talent that people should know. They're just putting them all together. And yeah, you're announcing the name, but it's like, which one are you talking
I'll be
about?
completely honest. I didn't really care for this Battle Royal. I was going for Ivelisse. I was going for Emma, which Tessa.
Tennille Dashwood.
Tennille Dashwood, Emma, and Martinez.
Mercedes Martinez.
Mercedes Martinez.
She's.
Yeah.
I hope
Who
she
came in-
signs. Please
Who
sign.
came in dominating, like
In
I
a
thought
big
she was
pop.
gonna win.
back
I thought she was
suplex
gonna
Nyla Rose.
And that pop.
Now the thing about this, I don't feel like it did much for a lot of women when you showcase about 26 women.
Yeah.
I feel like the only people that really got any shine was Nyla Rose, that little spot with
Britt
Mercedes
Baker.
Martinez,
Bree Priestley.
and Britt Baker. But Bea Priestley
Also,
came out.
also coming out of spot.
Well,
Not-
Nyla Rose eliminated 10 people.
Ooh.
And it was quick eliminations too in the beginning. Like,
And this goes to something that you don't like. Some of the eliminations you wouldn't have known because they did it off camera. That's a part of AEW's growing problems, the cameras. But it was a lot better.
yeah,
This
production
it was a lot better. It was a
definitely
lot better.
solid this time
But
around.
that
Same Tron staging area, but
when you talk about that, the reason why I like it is because if you notice, the AEW is right in the middle, and they come out from 2 different sides because it's a real sports presentation. They don't want if you're going to fight,
but
I get it. Yeah,
I don't want to see that every week on our weekly program.
That's
and
gonna
then
be
when we get to the actual pay-per-view events, it's just a sticker slapped on the Titantron. I was hoping that they'll take it back to the roots of pay-per-view wrestling events where the theme changed the sets. Depending on what the theme was, the set was changed.
They did it for Double or Nothing, so hopefully AEW.
Well, it was the same set, but Double or Nothing just had like extra pieces besides the stage, like the casino chips. So that was dope. That brought more flavor to it, but the actual sets aren't really changing. So I'm hoping we're only 3-4 weeks out from the first TV taping.
I think
So
that's
I'm
on
hoping
TV.
we get, if this is the stage we have, let it be for the TV taping, and hopefully they give us different flavor every time we get a new pay-per-view. Which, after All Out, they said Full Gear is the next pay-per-view in November.
Yeah. Some people don't like that name. I think if you watch BT,
I love
you
it.
completely understand it. I think I like the name Full Gear. So then the final two people that was in the Battle Royal was Nyla Rose and Britt Baker. Britt Baker looked like she might have going to get it, but she interferes by B. Priestley. Nyla Rose dumped the ass on that rope.
Redeemed herself from the last show.
She got a concussion.
She got a concussion, but also even before the concussion, it was really sloppy match. There was a lot of miscommunication, which even caused the concussion in the first place.
Oh yeah.
It was two Japanese women against two English-speaking women. The communication wasn't there. That's what caused Britt Baker to get concussed in the beginning. To begin with. So good showing this time. It was just, I feel like they should have showcased more people. People like Eva Lise, who's been under a messed up contract with Lucha Underground, hasn't really been featured in much places.
I mean, we don't know if she's signed to AEW. So I mean, we got weekly TV coming up. So I'm pretty sure
we also have Impact wrestlers.
Antonio Dashwood. I think it will benefit Impact greatly to have their wrestlers featured on AEW. But like we said, Nyla Rose won this, and then we had Private Party versus Angelico and Jack Evans.
Yeah, it was a really good fast-paced match.
Good match.
Private Party.
At this point, yeah, Private Party, like, you can just expect that from them already. They gel really good. They fight on a big level. They gave us a great showing against the Bucks at the HOG show.
HOG!
We went to 3 weeks ago. So we know Private Party could go, and this was just more of that.
Yep.
So, and then with Angelico and Jack Evans, they ambushed them right after the match. So expect the
clear heel work.
Yep.
They're the clear heels of the situation.
Let's go. And the Private Party faces Young Buck. I think the second show. I think the second show is Young Bucks. I think
that's when the tag team tournament officially begins to crown AEW tag belts.
Yep.
So
then we kick off All Out properly with my favorite trio wrestle, and it would make my day, fellas, if you could say one time, SCU! SCU versus Luchasaurus, Marco Stunt, and everybody's favorite Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy?
Yeah. Jungle.
I guess he's everybody.
I guess he should be Jungle Man because
he's only Jungle Boy. He didn't grow up yet.
Marco Stunt or whatever.
Oh,
super small. He's Jungle Boy.
We got Jungle Boy, Jungle Man.
Ant-Man.
But Ant-Man, Jungle Boy.
What I took from this match, God honest truth, more of SCU dominance. They're great. Three-man team. But I think the standout really was Luchasaurus. Luchasaurus can do it all. He can do the flips. He can do the choke stand.
Did you mention like that's a master's degree?
I was gonna say. With all due respect, so I do have a master's degree.
Yeah, that dinosaur has a master's degree.
Who would have thought that a dinosaur man in 2019 is over? He's over. Okay, him and Jungle Boy are super over. Super duper over, but and like you said, SCU came out. They do. And they finished it with the super Meltzer driver because he picked up Marco Stunt and Jungle Boy, had them both. That world's best moonsault, finish it off. Good match, and then surprisingly, the second match of the card, we had the Dream Max, an exhibition match of Pop the Boston versus Kenneth Omega. His new music still doesn't hit to me. I gotta get used to it. I'm so used to that.
I like the presentation.
I'm so used to that, to his old music, the way it hits. Just
I need something more Sephiroth.
I need something that a little more visceral. But I think after time it would hit. But we just
off of his music. The match.
Oh my gosh.
The match was really good.
Yes.
Yeah. My thing was, I felt like it really just needed a story. And stemming off of Mox having to pull out because of injury, they didn't give enough time with Pac. The only storyline Pac had going.
He's a bastard.
He's a bastard.
That and, the things he's done with Hangman Page. which we'll talk about a little bit later as well. But it could have been an instant classic. I feel if it had just a little bit more backstory. If this situation didn't happen with Moxley having to pull out last second,
but does not
he gets better.
But does not want to make you see Moxley versus Omega even more now?
Not really. It kind of, at this point, I know we're gonna get the match eventually, and that's a good thing. But I don't feel like their match drove any storylines in any direction. It kind of was.
Who, Pac versus Omega?
Yeah.
Well,
it was just here's your match
because it was the last minute replacement.
That was pretty much it. The ending. There was a good match. Like it was like a one-up mission kind of.
But it wasn't supposed to be.
Like anything you could do, I could do better. That's pretty much how the match was going. The ending kind of threw me for a loop. The way Pac put Kenny to sleep.
And the brutalizer. I
felt it was a little awkward. It was a little weird.
I think the referee should have waited a couple of more seconds to sell it.
I think the referee should have pinned him.
I think he should. Yeah, his shoulders were on the mat. He should have pinned him. But I really think it was I'm not there, I'm not behind the scenes, but I feel like it was a time issue because AEW, they count down all their matches for up to 20 minutes. After that, it's a draw. So if you notice, by the time he got into that submission, there was maybe 2-3 minutes left. Yeah. So it was already go home time. I feel like they tried to maximize as much time as they could, but that's why it kind of came off a little awkward the way it ended. And you really never see Kenny Omega get put to sleep and lose.
Exactly.
So it raises Pac caliber, but I don't think it does anything for the actual storyline.
There's not a storyline between them. That's the thing. It was an exhibition match. It was just a dream match.
But great match. Beat Trigger City.
That was a hard-hitting match. One thing I will say about this match, I can't wait till they start wrestling more. Because they all need to wrestle more.
What about that moonsault to the outside with pockets?
Because it almost freaking broke his
shit.
Yeah.
They need to move the barricades.
You need AEW, please move your barricades back a little bit.
There was a few
but at the same time,
moments where I'm like, oh my god, he's gonna hurt himself doing this.
Pac shouldn't have did that spot there, and Kenny Omega shouldn't have rise the Terminator on that other. He should do it on the other side of the ring where the ramp is, where there's clear space. So come on,
also, they have a weird spot for the timekeeper.
Yeah.
So the timekeeper kind of got in the way of the wrestlers a few times, and
they need
not only that, it's just kind of an eyesore. It throws it off.
They need to do that WWE thing where the ramp, where the gate is like it's indented. It's indented and do it around that. Yeah.
But I think they
growing pains.
Not only that, it's beyond growing pains. They're smart. They try to maximize the space. They even for the last event, Double or Nothing. Last minute, they opened up like 2,000 seats by moving everything closer to the ring. So, it's a business thing. They want as many people to fill those seats as possible. So
as many fans as they want.
Yeah. So it's a matter of getting fans in the seats, but they definitely need to push those barricades back just a foot or two, just for the safety of the stars. But
Pac versus Omega.
Great match. Go watch that. What's the next match?
Ooh.
The Cracker Barrel Clash.
Jimmy, fucking have it. Jimmy, fucking have it. Okay, versus Darby Allin versus the bad boy Joey Janela. Yo, this match. That's it. That's all I have to say about it.
Listen, there was 2 points in this matchup. I asked myself a few questions. One of them was, why? Why would you do that to yourself? The second one was, why? Why would you do this to yourself? There was a point where Joey Janela does a backflip off the top turnbuckle to the outside, and no one was there to catch him.
That's because
Jimmy Havoc was by the steps.
I know he moved out the way he looked good.
No, he didn't just move out the way. He looked like he was never there. The guy literally splatted on the floor. Like I thought, JR needed to say he's broken in half.
Oh my gosh! Or what about when he did? What about when Darby Allin did the coffin spot with the barrel on his back onto the steel steps?
Like why? That was my second why.
And then why did you do that? With his swiftness. moved out the way real quick.
Or it was about the beginning of the match when they tied Jimmy Havoc up to the chair and put thumbtacks in his mouth and then taped his mouth.
And
more blood and guts.
It's a bloody guts company.
It's a blood and guts company.
Honestly, in my opinion, this was the best match of the night.
Blood and guts company.
It had a lot of risky spots. It had a lot of aggression. Like the story was there with it. Like
and it was simple.
They were full throttle from beginning to end.
Yep.
The pile driver that Joey Janela gave Darby Allin.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
The table.
And you know what I love about it? It was a really simple wrestling story. Joey Janela been fighting for years to get signed. He gets signed. Those two were responsible for a second loss. So he had beef with them. So they fought, and this was the result. Simple. And look what's the result of it.
They had the craziest match of the night.
I definitely
there was moments where I was genuinely concerned, like, oh my God, is he all right? Like, seriously.
What I love about AEW, because on pay-per-views, they're going to turn it up. They're going to give you your money's worth. And on TV, don't expect this on TV every week. And nor do we really want this on TV every week. You got to have your wrestling.
We already see what happens. You know, they really don't have a large roster filling every single division. So when people get injured, it's a big risk. You know, luckily we had somebody with name value like Pac that actually held up against Kenny Omega.
Well, Cody said that they haven't even fully revealed the whole roster yet.
Yeah.
That they're waiting.
Well,
and if you notice,
they probably dropped on TV.
They just dropped a video with some brand new wrestler who I didn't even recognize who it was.
Wardlow.
Wardlow is the word.
Oh, yeah. Wardlow, yeah.
Wardlow. I don't like his name that much, but he looked impressive. They need a big guy. He looked like the size of Luchasaurus. And AEW needs a big guy. But
that match was.
But look back to
that was just a car crash.
Yeah,
it was like a train wreck situation.
Mixed into a tornado.
Gave you every emotion.
Facts.
What's the next match?
Jimmy Havoc won with the Acid Rainmaker, and then next we had the Dark Order versus the Best Friends. I feel like the Dark Order haven't really found their footing yet, and also a problem with that with doing any kind of in any company, anybody doing any little bit of supernatural stuff with Bray Wyatt on the scene, it just doesn't work.
No.
Bray Wyatt has that genre on Smash right now, so.
But it was a good match. I don't like the big guy in Evil. I just don't like his mask
that the audience made toward him. They called him a creepy pervert.
Oh yeah, creepy pervert.
But I think maybe the Dark Order, they'll be when TV starts to go on, you'll be able to flesh things out. I think maybe that's.
They look like people I can learn to hate.
Yeah,
but I'm not really digging them right now.
I thought it was a good match, but
decent match.
I think once TV starts to go on, this will click more. And then the next match we had was 4. So we had the winner with the winner, Nyla Rose with the Casino Battle Royale. Now this match with Rio and Shahaka. Go ahead, take it away.
Hikaru Shida.
Hey, shout out to EA. Hey. But that was a really good match. For me personally, it went a little bit too long. But as far as quality though, it was super dope.
EA's trying to join the show.
Shout out to EA, man. He always gives a lot of ideas on our group chat and stuff like that. So he's kind of like an unseen person, an unseen member of Kayfabe Ave. But Rio took the win, so it's going to be Rio versus Nyla Rose in the first AEW show.
I have to say, this
Go
is
ahead,
my problem. That match is going to be completely unrealistic.
How many pounds is Rio, AJ?
98. And the crazy thing is, I told as a joke, I'm like, that girl is 98 pounds soaking wet. The next comment out the commentary team was, Rio is 98 pounds. You're going against Nyla Rose,
who was 200 plus.
Who's 200 plus. Elephant in the room, transgender person, essentially a man. You're gonna destroy that small woman.
Doesn't it make you want to cheer for Rio even more though?
It does, but it kind of takes me out of the being able to believe in the situation. You know we have to pause our beliefs, but that's just that's like. You're going against a giant that can crush you.
But Rio did get a pinfall win on Nyla
the only person to get a pinfall.
Yeah, but it
on
took two other women.
Well,
to
we
help
got to see how the
that
match plays
situation
out.
happen.
I see what you're
Rio
saying.
is 98 pounds.
I see what you're saying.
This
We
is
got to see how
not
the match
happening.
plays out. We
This
got to see
is
how the
not
match plays out.
happening.
We got to see how the match plays out.
I don't believe in it. So
We'll see.
good luck. Good luck to both of them. It has nothing. It just give me something realistic. Like I'm not gonna believe a match go more than 2-3 minutes in a situation where Nyla Rose is fighting somebody that's 98 pounds.
We'll see. We got to see how the match plays out. We got to see how the match plays
If
out.
it's not a Brock Lesnar situation,
We got to see how the match plays out. So
All right,
next we
what's next?
had Cody versus Shawn Spears, and in Shawn Spears' corner we had Tully Blanchard, and with a crazy, awesome, super duper cosplay intro. Shout out to the throne breaker himself, Cody.
Star Trek.
Oh my god, that was such a cool intro.
The Pharaoh.
Well, the Pharaoh.
The
Yo,
Pharaoh
okay, I'm gonna
and
say this, Cody.
Brandy
Stop
Rose
bringing
coming
out Pharaoh. Stop bringing out Pharaoh.
Yeah,
Stop
that's what I was
scaring that
scared.
damn dog. He does not deserve it. Pharaoh's over the most wrestlers in the world, and you know what I'm saying. And you're scaring him.
You keep scaring him with
Stop.
the pyro.
I'm gonna go ahead
Like,
and
what
For the
hell's going
first
on?
time in the current history of AEW, since I have to ask,
I didn't know. I was disappointed with. The
I would
match.
have never thought I'd be disappointed with Cody's match.
Yeah.
Now, the problem wasn't the actual match and the action going on in the ring. That was great. The problem was the inexperience of MJF. Now,
Oh, yeah,
I get it.
definitely.
I get it. MJF is a heel. They're kind of
The teasing.
teasing his
teasing
turn
dissension.
against Cody.
Teaching dissension.
They're teasing it, but there were just moments in the match like,
Why would you do
but
that?
why are you doing that? Like,
Yeah, I mean,
logistically, Cody should have instantly said, "What the hell are you doing? Get your head in the match." Like, it was just
a lot of
the
stuff to do with
ref-
Tully Blanchard.
the ref pulling away the belt. Shawn Spears is trying to use the strap, the weight belt that Cody uses. Earl Hebner says he can get disqualified for that. The next minute, you see Tully Blanchard pass a regular belt,
Yeah, there was
He don't do nothing
and
about
he
it.
doesn't do nothing about it.
Yeah, stop burying the ref. Stop burying the ref.
Whipped Cody twice with the ref looking directly at him.
There was a very simple way to do
That was the decisions that made this match a little cringy. It wasn't the action going on between Shawn Spears and Cody. It was everything else. The working with the ref. A few times it's like, what the fuck, Earl? Like,
Yeah.
you're deliberately not calling a DQ, but you're stopping him from doing another action.
Yeah.
The way they use MJF as a manager, the teases was okay because we've been seeing it going there. If you watch BCE, if you watch the Nightmare Family, you see MJF does shady shit behind Cody's back. But this was just, it took away. It took away. If you had all that build, the chairman, the chair shot that leaked, opened up Cody's head, you had all the elements that you needed. Tully being the manager, you just bring Brandy. Just bring Brandy. Brandy spearing him is more believable.
No,
Pharaoh.
Pharaoh can't
But-
Pharaoh out there. Pharaoh's.
They could tease they could tease that dissension on TV. We didn't need that for this match.
Yeah,
This
there's a lot-
match
there's
has
a lot
been
of
built
things.
for like 2 months already.
There was too much stuff, extra stuff in
So-
there that took away from the match. I was personally disappointed with the action, with the storyline in the match.
But at least
So,
we had the highlight of seeing Arn Anderson come back.
ooh, Arn
Which
Anderson
we
with
all
that
knew-
spine
we all knew
buster, baby.
once he got released from WWE, we already knew he was going to be a producer backstage.
Yep.
But it's always good to see Arn. He's one of the great minds behind a lot of stuff that happened. He's a part of the Four Horsemen. It's good. They can build up the legacy.
Shawn Spears tried to hit Cody with the chair. Cody put him with a disaster kick. Sent him straight to the crossroads. 1, 2, 3. I personally think Shawn Spears should have won this match with a lot less distraction.
Yep.
Continue the tease between MJF and Cody, but nonetheless, there we are. Let's move on to I guess it's the co-main event. The Lucha Bros versus the Young Bucks for the AAA Tag Team match and the ladder match.
Escalera de la Muerte.
Oh my gosh, this match was
This was basically a TLC without chairs.
one big spot fest.
But
one big spot. One big
it's
spot.
funny because I was like, they're spot monkeys. And you would disagreed, but this was a whole spot fest. And it's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
That's their style. And they gave us, just like the Darby match, I would say this is up there. Probably even, going back, this is probably my match of
This
the
is
night.
one of my favorite ladder matches for me.
This is the match of the night for me. The Lucha Bros versus the Young Bucks with Darby and the other two. You know,
How
close.
would you compare this match to previous ladder matches? But not just with the Young Bucks. I'm talking about
In all ladder matches. I feel like
I've never seen spots like this.
it wasn't turned up to the level of TLC 1 through 3, which to me are the all-time best ladder table-based matches I've ever seen in my life. TLC 1, 2, and 3, it doesn't come really close to that, but I will put it under those three. The Canadian Destroyer off the ladder, through the table to Matt. Another moment we're like, is he okay?
Nick going through the table. There was so many spots. We can't even begin it. It's a whole show just trying to go through the spots.
That spot with
go out your way to go see that match.
Nick getting his feet caught on the ropes.
Yeah,
and to get put through the table
face first.
To him getting
put
out of the match.
He said after the match that he's not ever doing that spot again because when he did that in Ring of Honor, he did that same spot the other way and he almost messed himself up. So, but it was a crazy match. It was a crazy match.
For those guys.
And then at the end, the Lucha Bros win, and then two men come from out the audience, and both of them got Dead President's mask on.
Bill Clinton and Ronald Reagan mask out there.
And then they started beating up the Lucha Bros. They started beating up the Young Bucks to take off their masks in this LAX, baby.
I was very happy for this because the first thing I said was finally the representation.
Or Santino Ortiz because we don't know if the LAX. We don't have to keep that name.
No,
so
I doubt that.
But this is finally the representation I wanted in a major wrestling promotion for Puerto Rican people. So having LAX show up in a big way,
I'm glad they go there.
I'm very happy for that.
AEW tag team division is
it's getting stacked.
So you know what I'm saying. And then we have the main event. And my boy,
whole weekend.
Facts of the big wrestling. We had NXT, we had UK, the main event of the entire weekend. My boy, Hangman Page, came out on a horse, some true cowboy shit. You know what I'm saying? Hangman Page came out there.
Got the horses in the back.
But, and as good as he looked, and much cowboy shit he was on, he was facing the GOAT, the Ayatollah of rock and roller, Chris fucking Jericho. Yo, man.
And
Chris Jericho,
I've been giving him thank you since
Thank
he's been asking for this.
Thank you, Chris Jericho. Thank you, Chris Jericho.
This match
for the views, Chris Jericho.
Honestly, they gave us a great match.
Yo.
I won't put it as the top 1 or 2.
But it was
a great match. A lot of back and forth, a lot of hard hits.
There's a couple of spots I would
a lot of finishers, a lot of near falls.
Hangman does a 360 off the ring, like off the ring. He did that on the outside. Jericho caught him perfectly with the cold breaker. This was the best Judas effect. Oh my God! To finish off the match, boom, clean Judas effect. You waited a second. Got to put that move over, brother. 1, 2, 3. Your first ever AEW World Heavyweight Champion, Chris Jericho. Thank you, Chris Jericho.
If he wasn't the greatest of all time in people's eyes, he has to be now.
He has to be.
Undisputed champion. He's won every single belt there is to
IWGP champion.
He just needs the, except for the Universal and the heavyweight IWGP belt.
He doesn't need it.
But he's had almost every belt in the history. Like
he's had belts in every company.
Companies like
the only company. I don't think he had an ECW belt. I don't think he won a championship in ECW.
No, I don't think he won the ECW.
And the original ECW, not WWE ECW.
Yeah.
But Chris Jericho, first ever AEW champion, All Out. Next pay-per-view is Full Gear. I think
November 8th in Baltimore, Maryland.
I don't think this was the best. I think Double or Nothing was still their best show, but I think any fans watching this will get you excited for Wednesday Night Dynamite. I cannot wait for AEW's weekly TV to start. And overall, I think this is a good show. There were some downs, but I think overall there was a lot more ups, a lot more positivity. I thought this was a really good show. I'm excited for Wednesday night. What do you guys think?
I'm excited too.
I mean, there's a lot to be excited for, and we're gonna try to cover most of it.
The new
We have,
age.
We are in the third golden age of professional
There's
wrestling.
so
ladies
much
and gentlemen.
wrestling content that we have to even really look at our schedules again. We have Monday Night Raw. We have Tuesday Night SmackDown, which eventually will be on Friday. We have AEW and NXT, which is gone live now.
Wednesday Night War.
Every Wednesday, almost every night there's wrestling. You know, New Japan.
When New Japan has their tournaments, MLW's coming up.
So,
Impact still doing
much
stuff.
things. We have WWE's King of the Ring. We'll give more highlights of that probably on our next episode.
Yeah, sure.
But
so much.
it's a good time.
You know that we can do this all day. With that being said, Kayfabe, assemble.
Goodbye and good